I think the days of filming in the golden hour have come to an end, huh?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to film much on this one.
No, I think you're right. Well, oh, it's dark and it's early. Yeah, I don't think there's much point taking the cameras with us on this one, so instead I'll show you a run that I did just a couple of days ago, and all being well, we'll catch up with you a little bit further up in the mountain once the sun's come up. But it's early and it's dark, and I think it's pretty cold. All right, let's hope we can get up far enough.
Yeah, I hope it's not too cold up there.
Yeah, we're going to be back pretty early, 7:30. Golden hour, they call it. No wonder. It's just that small window of time, those, I don't know, maybe hour around sunrise where the light is just perfect. And out here, it just lights up the grass, makes it look like it's on fire. It's the perfect time to be out with a camera, and just happens to be also the perfect time for me to be out running before work. This was just a couple of days ago. Just the most perfect light, you know. You could have spent ages out there. But tomorrow, things are not looking quite as good. We've got storms coming by the look of it.
After a long hot summer, some cold weather has finally arrived on the east coast. Torrential rain fell in Tasmania overnight, flooding the streets of Hobart and leaving many homes without power. Jonathan Hare reports.
A cold front is bringing the change, and with it, snow, wind and rain. More than 100 millimetres of rain fell overnight on Tasmania. Parts of Hobart have flooded.
Macquarie Street, which is the main street in Hobart, had probably 24 cars just, lying there in the road that had been swept down. It was really crazy to see what used to be a road.
Students filmed flooding in the hallways of the university.
Pretty miserable conditions out there at the moment. It's, the weather seems to suddenly have changed. We've had gorgeous weather in the morning out for runs the last little while, but in the centre of town now, the whole centre of town had been closed up until just a few hours ago, I think. All the schools are shut, wild weather, wind, and I knew nothing about it really until I opened the door and headed out for a run. So where are we, Flo?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Let's just keep going, huh?
Yeah, let's go.
sure what we're doing in another cafe again, since your coffee is a lot better than this. So I'm not sure what that's meant to be, but it doesn't really taste like coffee. This morning's run was really good. We managed to get to a few places that we hadn't been to before. It's always really interesting when you find a track that you hadn't been on before. I think it came in at about, 28 kilometres with 1,500 metres of elevation, so it was good. And the second run that we've been on together in the last few days, we managed to get out together. Flo's usually not able to get out in the mornings, but we headed out in the morning for a run up the mountain. Wanted to try and get as far up as we could before the sun came up, and then still be home for work at 7:30. So that's a difficult thing, really.
Yeah.
Most of the runs these days seem to be done in the dark. I mostly get home before sunrise. And last Sunday we didn't get a run in either, did we? Because we went to the rally, the May Day rally against the cable car. I don't know whether any of you guys have heard about this, but they're planning on putting a cable car up to the summit from somewhere down towards Cascades, behind the brewery, I think, up towards up to the summit, which, on the face of it may seem like a good thing. A lot of people are for it, in the name of progress and, for tourists and so on. But, up at the top of that mountain, it's just such a pristine alpine and delicate alpine environment that any development up there is wrong, I think. And they're talking about putting it up over the top of the organ pipes, which is, I don't know, it just seems to me to be the wrong decision. I think the trouble about it is that it's a private company that seems to have done this sort of backroom deal with the government.
For example, there's been no public consultation, no effective public consultation, and we learned recently that the government even told the proponent to go quiet, to keep a lid on it, for one reason, and that was to take the heat out of the issue and to sideline the community so that we wouldn't even know what was going on. And then we had not really too happy about that. And it's such a remote area that is so close to Hobart. You don't have to travel very far or walk very far to get into what feels like a very remote and wild place. So I think it'd be a dreadful shame if they built a cable car. Yeah. Anyway. No, I missed so. Here we are down on our knees in front of you guys. Here. I've only got the gimbal and it's on a short tripod. Anyway, I think it's about it for now. We've been down the market to grab some, apparently what are the hottest chilies known to mankind. Not sure what they're called, but we'll test them out. Going to make a sauce this afternoon. We usually make our own hot sauce because most of the ones that we seem to be able to buy aren't really all that hot. So that's our job for this afternoon, and we'll see you next week.
Yep,
thanks for watching. See you guys.